Hi guys, it's Sherry. I hope that you are having a fantastic day. Y'all, we are going to do some more wonderful paper crafting today. Stay tuned. So you guys remember this from yesterday, right? We built this beautiful box to hold stationery items, and today we are going to fill it. So I am going to open this up and show you what I am putting in my stationery box. I haven't decorated the inside. We're going to do that together, but I did want to go ahead and show you what we're going to be putting in our box. So we're going to have some 3x3 note cards. We'll have 3 of those along with the envelopes, and we're going to have this gorgeous notepad that we're going to make together. And we'll have 2 5.5 by 4.25 inch cards in the box along with the envelopes. And this is the envelope. And then we'll have a few pieces of really beautiful, well-coordinated little pieces of stationery sheets that you can write on or just jot a quick note to someone on. But this is going to be such a fun kit. And I received so many comments yesterday whether or not I would have kits available of this project. Originally, I wasn't planning on having any kits available because there are a lot of cut pieces that will have to be done on this project. But because I did receive so many requests, I am going to have some kits available. So what I'm going to do, guys, is I'm going to have 10 kits available. And I wish I could make more available, but it's me doing all of the cutting. So I can only do 10 of these, and I will have 5 of the stitched heart pattern available, and then I will have 5 in another Prima pattern. But you can be sure that it'll be just as cute as the paper that I used on this, because you can't go wrong with Prima. So let's get started on filling this box. All right, guys, so the first thing that we are going to do is we are going to make this gorgeous stationery piece. Now I'm putting 4 in each one of my boxes, and they're going to be very simple to make. So I have some regular weight 5x6 cardstock. And then I have a strip of my decorative project paper, and this strip measures 1/2 inch by 6. And we're simply going to place it down. You can place it this way. You can place it up here, over here, at the bottom. Where you place it is completely up to you, but I'm going to place mine on the left-hand side of my paper. So I'm going to place it down using my tape runner, and all I'm going to do is take this, try to get it matched in that corner. And we will have 4 of these in our kit. I'm only doing 1 of these with you guys so that you can see the process, but we will have 4 of these in the kit. So in my box, I'm going to have 3 3x3 note cards as well as the envelopes. So what I did was I love to mix my Prima patterns. So this pattern here is actually from another Prima collection, but you know what? It works so well with this that I decided I would use it to make my 3x3 note cards because I really wanted to pull in some more of the roses. And you can see right there, they all work together. So to make my 3x3 note cards, I have a piece that measures 3x6. I'll bring in my scoreboard, and we're going to score this on the 6-inch side at 3. And it is truly that simple. I'm just going to move my scoreboard to the side because we're going to need it for the envelope. So then I'll be placing 2.5 by 2.5 inch white space on the inside so that you can write a sweet little note. So I'm just going to take that, place it right there. We have 1 note card, and we'll go ahead and do the 3rd one. Now you can just take this and fold it in half if you don't want to put it back in your scoreboard. So I'm just folding that. And I am going to use my tape runner just to lay down some tape. And then I'll take this piece and we're going to put it on the inside. So this gives us our note cards. So now we need to make an envelope for the note cards. And I'm only going to make one envelope with you guys, but there will be 3 in the box. So we have a piece that measures 5.5 by 7.5. On the 5.5 inch side, we're going to score at 1 1/8. Rotate it to the opposite 5.5 inch side and score at 1 1/8. And then we're going to rotate it to the 7.5 inch side and we're going to score at 2.5 and at 5 3/4. So now we can take this and fold and burnish our scores. And to make my envelopes, guys, I'm just using regular copier weight paper. All right, so once you have those scores folded and burnished, we're going to remove these 4 pieces. And when we do, we are going to cut in at a slight angle at the bottom. And the bottom is the widest part when you're looking at it from the 5.5 inch angle. Then we'll angle up just a little bit here and remove that corner piece. And then we'll angle here and remove this corner piece. So you're going to have a piece that looks like this. Then we're going to come over to this side, and this time we're going to do a deeper angle cut on this piece. And then I'll just angle in a little bit to remove that piece. We will come over to this side. Again, we're going to do a deeper angle cut and then a slight angle in. So when you put your envelope together, it is going to look like this. So now I'm just going to take my tape runner and place down some tape. And then I'll take this piece and I'm just going to bring it up and get that all nice and crisp. And now I can take one of my note cards. We can tuck it down inside and you see that we have an awesome fit to this note card. So that is stationery project number 2. So we have our stationery sheets and our 3x3 note cards. So now we're going to make a simple but very sweet 5.5 by 4 1/4 inch card. And I will have 2 of these in my box. So I have a piece of 8.5 by 5.5 and I have scored it down the middle at 4 1/4 on the 8.5 inch side. So all we need to do is take this, fold it, and just like that, we have a very quick card base. So then I am going to use one of my 3x4 cut aparts, and then I cut out a white piece that measures 3 1/8 by 4 1/8. And I am just going to take my tape runner and add tape to the backs of both of these. Then I'm going to take these 2 and just kind of stick them together however I want mine to look. And then I'll just place it down. And so what we're getting are some very simple but sweet little cards that we can actually drop in the mail to someone. So then for the inside, we're going to take a piece of 4 3/4 by 3 3/4 inch white paper. Place that on the inside. So we'll have some writing space. And so now we have the larger cards to go in our kit. And I've already made one envelope, and I'll make an envelope with you guys. So to make our envelope, we need a piece that measures 8.5 by 11. And again, I'm using just regular text weight, copier weight paper. And on the 8.5 inch side, we're going to score this at 1 1/4. Rotate it to the opposite 8.5 inch side and score at 1 1/4. Then we're going to place it in on the 11 inch side and we're going to score this at 3 3/4 and at 8 1/4. And then we'll just fold and burnish all of our scores just like we did on the smaller envelope. So the envelope building process is the same no matter the size. So once we have the scores folded and burnished, again, we have 4 corner pieces that we are going to remove completely. And this time we will be doing slight angle cuts on both ends and sides. So slight angle cut here to remove that piece. Slight angle cut there to remove that piece. There to remove that piece. Slight angle there. Slight angle here. Slight angle there. And a slight angle there. And then when you put it together, you fold in the sides, fold up that widest part, and that's your envelope. So I am going to take my tape runner and just lay down some tape. Then I'll place some tape right there. I'm going to bring this piece up. And so y'all, we have an envelope. So now we have 2 envelopes and 2 cards. And the last thing that I'm going to make for my box, I have 15 pieces of 4x6 white paper, and we're going to make our own notepad. Now on this stack, I have actually stacked 16 pieces because I'll be tearing away one of the pieces. So then I have a decorative piece that measures 3 by 4 1/8, and I'm cutting it slightly longer just in case my cuts aren't exact, and that way I'll have a little bit of wiggle room to play with on this end. And I'm using a piece of lightweight chipboard for the back, and this measures 4 by 6 1/8. I made it just a little bit longer this way so you wouldn't have to try to be too exact. So all I'm doing is lining everything up. Then I'm going to take my clips, place my clips down. Then I'll bring in my glue gun, my hot glue gun, and I am just going to run a bead of glue across the top. Try not to be too messy. Then I'm going to take a scrap piece of chipboard and just go across the top to get that stuck. Then I'll let this glue dry, and when it dries, I'll be able to do my cleanup, and it won't take it long to dry. So now I can remove my clips. I am just going to take my scissors, go along the back, and just snip away all of that excess that's hanging over so that I'll have a nice crisp back to this. And then I'll come in and I'm just going to tear away that top sheet. And then if I have any scragglers, I'll just go back and remove those. And now we have a nice little tearaway pad with a lightweight chipboard back that we can place in our stationery box. So I'm going to finish this off by using my piece of 4 1/8 by 3 inch decorative paper. And how you place this and how far down you come, completely up to you, but all I'm doing is laying it down, and then I'm going to wrap it around. Use my big old spatula to get that crease in there nice and tight. So then I'm going to take just a little bit more of my hot glue, and I'm just going to place a bead down of that hot glue. And I don't want to use my Reptile Glue for this part because we do want this to be a tearaway pad. And if I put that Reptile Glue on there, guys, it will make it a permanent stick, so you won't be able to tear away. So now that we have this top glued on, I will use my Reptile Glue on the back, and that really is for the purposes of getting that back stuck down. So now we have our sweet little pad, and I am going to bring in this bow, and I'm just going to place it down just to give it some cuteness. Not really necessary, but you know, every now and then we want that cuteness on there. So I'm adding just a little bit of my hot glue, and I'm going to place mine right here in the middle. And now I'm going to bring in the entire set so that y'all can see all of this goodness. And it really is goodness. So we have our two 4 1/4 by 5 1/2 inch cards with envelopes. We have our 3 3 by 3 note cards with envelopes. We have our 4 pieces of 5 by 6 decorative stationery. And then we have a beautiful little 4 by 6 tearaway notepad. Really sweet. So we're going to put these in our box. But first, before I put these in the box, just going to move them out of the way. Bring my box in because I cut out these 2 little flowers that I want to place right here. So in the kit, I'll have this square cut out for this, and then if you want to fussy cut and add it, you can. But in the kit, I will not have fussy cut pieces because that would take me way too long. So you will have the pieces of the roses, but if you want the fussy cut definition, then you'll definitely have to go in and do that. So all I'm going to do is take some glue, decide how I want these to look, and I'm going for very light embellishing, guys. You may want to go with a whole lot more, but I am going very minimalist. And I'm just going to get that stuck. We're going to do the same thing over here. So I'll take my glue, place my glue on my little fussy cut piece. Take this piece, put it down. I'm going to pat that down. And then I can come back and make sure we have everything nice and stuck on this. So we've got glue everywhere. You could use some Mod Podge on the top if you want, but my Reptile Glue is going to be just fine on this. Don't you think that looks terrific? I do, and I wish you guys could see how this actually looks in person. It is exquisite. So I am going to go ahead and just fill my box. I'm going to put my stationery in the back. Then I'll take my little notepad, place it in there, take my cards, and I'm going to stand them up just like that. Take my envelopes and stand them up just like that as well. And now I'm going to take my 3 by 3s. We're just going to tuck those in right there with the envelopes. And you can see what a beautiful, beautiful little stationery set we have right here. And if you wanted to, you could put a pin loop right there. And if you're giving this as a gift, you can just tuck in a pin. How sweet is that? So just add your pin loop right there on the inside and you're good to go. So now we can close this and we have our completed set. All right, guys, so what do you think? I think that it turned out beautifully. And I'm going to open it up so that you can see exactly how this looks and looking at it from this direction. Don't you think that this is a stunner? And don't you know someone who would love this? So I'm just going to give you guys a closer look at this in its totality. It is fantastic. I really wish the camera could do this justice, but it's not. This is gorgeous. I love it, and I know that you will love it as well. And I know that you can do this. So guys, I hope that you have enjoyed this project because I have enjoyed bringing it to you. And if you have liked this video, please hit the like button. And if you don't mind, leave me a comment below and let me know if you enjoyed this project. And for those of you who aren't subscribers to my channel, people, come on now. Go ahead and hit that subscribe button. Make sure you hit the notification bell so that you will know when I upload a new video. You guys, please be safe, be kind, happy crafting, and we'll chat later. Bye.